Welcome to Studio 5. We've got a great show for you. Here's a quick look at the rundown.
I saw Jesus on a billboard.
He's the grandson of a country music legend with a music story all his own.
I hit my rock bottom. I got sober, I got clean, got married, gave my life to God.
Greetings, children.
Shalom! A new and animating chapter in the popular series of The Chosen. Plus, a fanciful tale of a girl digging to grow a giant pumpkin.
Go on then, Sensei. Let's see what your magical green fingers feel.
It's huge.
All those stories are just moments away. As we bring you them, we're also sharing this week's top 5 stories in the world of uplifting entertainment. The countdown begins at number 5.
At number 5.
Blessed are you, Lord our God.
So when we were first devising season 1, and I remember specifically saying, I'd love to do an episode. We're really spending time with Jesus and we're seeing him through the eyes of children.
My father provides everything I need.
Is your father rich?
And with that, meet the newest voices in the all-new chapter of the Chosen series, The Chosen Adventures.
I play the Winged Wonder, which is a nickname I got from Jesus himself.
My character is named Fish.
Sheep!
Here she be.
I understood. You don't have to do the clicks.
I think he's both the comic relief of the show alongside Pigeon, and I think he's also somebody who can learn a lot from Jesus.
14 episodes of The Chosen Adventures stream to Prime Video beginning October 17th.
Sheep and the Winged Wonder.
Now that is a nickname. Jesus gets me.
We will pick up the countdown at number 3 in just a little bit. Right now, it is time for our Studio 5 sit-down with country music Whey Jennings. He's the grandson of Country Music Hall of Famer Whey Jennings, but he's got a gripping voice and story all his own. He's battled some personal demons and won.
The road I travel has no end in sight. The ghosts I run from chase me through the night.
So you've been singing country music now at 15 years professionally?
Pretty close, 15, yeah.
But you say you've only been doing it right for 5?
Exactly.
How so?
Yeah. Well, I was kind of a mess for most of my career. You know what I mean? Like, I was addicted to drugs for about 27 years.
Oh, I would say a prayer.
You know, I hit my rock bottom. I got sober, I got clean, got married, gave my life to God, and started doing everything right.
So that's how you get out of the drug addiction. How'd you get in it?
I just started running around with the wrong group of people, and that led to another wrong group of people, to another wrong group of people, until eventually it brought me around to the right group of people.
What was the conversation like with God and getting out?
A lot of prayer. You know, it's just, I've always known God throughout my life. My mother had an open Bible in our house all the time. And I'd read it from time to time. And even, honestly, when I was on drugs, I read it. You know, when I sat and I read, and I read, and I read, and I read, but I was reading it for the wrong reason. I read it to disprove it, you know. And if you can't disprove it as high as I was, then you can't disprove it, you know. I mean, there's nothing in there that doesn't lead you down the right path, you know, and I noticed that pretty early in life, but I just wasn't ready to go down the right path yet, you know.
Let's talk about your music career. You are from country music royalty, Grandpa Whey Jennings, you're Whey Jennings. Take me back to the first performance. Was it Grandma leaves a mic backstage, you grab it and do something? What happens?
Yeah, that's what happened. And I'm sitting there thinking about it now. I mean, I didn't think wireless mics were that old, but they were. She's always used a wireless mic as far as back as I can remember, you know. And she left us sitting in a seat, and I just grabbed it and ran out on stage. You know, I mean, it was like, I looked at that stage when I was young, and I was like, ooh, playground. So I ran out there, and I started singing, and my grandfather was like, hold up, House, wait for me. And we did. And it just turned into something that the crowd loved. You know, crowds love kids.
Yeah. You remember what you sang?
Mamas don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Yeah.
One of the songs that are making waves now from your first album, Billboard Jesus. What led to the...
I saw Jesus on a billboard. He said the end is coming near.
I was at I was in the middle. When I first got out of rehab, I wanted to save the world. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like this shining light in the world. But I was like 30 days sober. I'm like, I did it. But, you know, the truth of the matter is you got to heal first. You got to give yourself the time it takes to actually be healed instead of that false idea of what healing is. You know what I mean? Because as soon as you get sober, you feel like you accomplished something. But that ain't the accomplishment. The accomplishment is staying sober and being able to conquer the life that you've neglected all this time.
People searching for a savior in the bottom of a bag.
And, you know, I was sitting down at the river with my buddy Wes Ship, who has also been sober for quite a few years. And he brought me this line. He said, he called it Jesus on a Billboard. And I was like, I got this. He said, I got this line. And he said, I was like, what is it? He's like, I saw Jesus on a billboard. He said, the end is coming near. And I don't think he'd approve of the mess we made down here. And then I wrote the chorus to it, which is, this is the end time, you know.
Lord, thank you for your guidance. I can't wait to meet your dad.
And just in time for the holidays, Whey Jennings is coming to town and lending his voice to the Christmas scene. And he's touring the country, too. For more on where and when, you can check out wheyjennings.com. Still to come, the hit streaming series The Chosen comes alive in animation.
I think there's a wit and a humor that kids can really appreciate that adults can as well. And so, yeah, animation is new. We had to learn a lot about the process of it, but the storytelling is still the same.
At number 3, another high honor for this late-night band leader.
Questlove received the Peabody's 2025 Trailblazer Award Friday night in West Hollywood. The recording artist and Academy Award-winning filmmaker says he aspires to live up to the title and what it means to be a storyteller.
It's important now more than ever to preserve history and recipes and stories and anecdotes and not dismiss our inside voice.
At number 2,
Pastor Shirley Caesar.
we join fans around the world and wish the Queen of Gospel Music, Pastor Shirley Caesar, a happy 87th birthday. Fellow gospel artists Tremaine Hawkins and Vicki Winans paid tribute to Caesar this weekend at this birthday celebration.
How do you continue as you get older to stay so relevant?
Well, for years, they were listening to the old Shirley Caesar, old songs like Hold My Mule, No Charge, Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
It just seems like the Lord is giving me a brand new turnaround. I believe now, seemingly, that my ladder, well, now, is going to be even greater than my past.
That leaves us with just one more uplifting story in this week's countdown. Number 1 is coming up in just a little bit. We turn now to the creative force behind the hit series The Chosen. Dallas Jenkins and his team are expanding the Chosen universe with animation in The Chosen Adventures. And he's with us in Studio 5 to deliver this first look.
I'm Abby. Come on, hurry! Woohoo!
Blessed are you, Lord our God.
So why the Chosen Adventure series?
Well, you know, Efrem, you've been here from the beginning and you saw season 1, episode 3, Jesus Loves Little Children, where we see a whole episode of seeing Jesus through the eyes of children. And what it did was, not only did kids appreciate it, of course, but adults appreciate it as well, because there's this curiosity that kids have. And Jesus always said, I want you to have faith like a child. Well, that episode resonated so strongly with viewers that we thought, okay, there's something here.
Greetings, children.
I'm Abby.
My name is Jesus. Sheep and the Winged Wonder.
Now that is a nickname.
And I love animation. I love animated shows and movies. My kids were raised on a lot of them. And we always wanted and loved the ones that were smart and witty, that even I could appreciate as a parent.
Abba, I have some questions. Did you catch any fish? Why do we eat chicken and not rooster? Why do boys smell?
You ask many questions.
When you watch the show, I don't think it feels like it's just for kids. There's a a whimsical nature to it and a curiosity that our main character Abby has that we need as adults as well. I'm 50 years old. I don't want to stop being curious. And I think that's a key theme of the show, and I think that's why we think it's going to resonate with a lot of people.
I came to teach.
This is going to be good.
God hears us. He answers us.
New territory for you?
Well, certainly as a storyteller, I haven't done an animated program before, so that's new. But storytelling is storytelling.
With faith, we each receive the miracles we need.
Oh,
Here we go.
I get it now.
I doubt it.
I think there's a wit and a humor that kids can really appreciate that adults can as well. And so, yeah, animation is new. We had to learn a lot about the process of it, but the storytelling is still the same.
I'm curious, what was the biggest learning curve in this?
Well, the difference between, you write something a lot and you go, okay, let's write this fun thing that we think is really going to work. And then the animators come back and they go, well, here's what it's going to have to look like, or here's how long it's going to take. Oh my goodness. The length of time we have to wait sometimes for animation to come together. That I think the learning curve was patience. That's not something I'm good at. But good things take time, and you see that a lot of these animated movies take like 5 years to make. That's something I didn't fully grasp and appreciate when we started, but I believe it was worth it.
Indeed. Talk about the casting. You got some star talent behind this one.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Walter Hauser reached out to us several years ago and said, I'm a huge fan of The Chosen. You got to get me in the show. And I'm like, Paul, you don't exactly look like first century Galilee, but I'd love to work with you on something. And so then when we were doing the animated series, the character of Sheep was so funny and required a level of humor that not everyone can pull off. And I thought Paul would be perfect for this.
I understood. You don't have to do the clicks.
You get these people who bring a level of authenticity and humor to it that, and also some legitimacy. I think in many ways they bring a legitimacy to the show that causes people who might not otherwise normally consider it, because they might think, oh, this is just a church show for kids. Oh no, wait, there's some actors in here that are really great. And okay, that gives me permission to watch the show. And I think also it means you're going to love it as well.
Keep going. You're doing great.
Oh no.
This is going to be the best day ever!
Heads up, Shorty.
Oh!
The Chosen Adventure streams on Prime Video this Friday, that is October 17th. Let's turn now from animation to photography. It's time for this week's Story in Pictures. Take a look at this week's Studio 5 Snapshot.
Celebrating a life well lived in this look at brilliant images of legendary actress Diane Keaton. She died Saturday morning. Emergency responders answered a medical call at Keaton's California home and rushed her to the hospital. Keaton's career spans about 60 years and at least 60 films, but she is still best remembered for her Oscar-winning role in Annie Hall and unforgettable performances in The Godfather and The First Wives Club. Diane Keaton was 79.
She will be missed. That is this week's Studio 5 Snapshot. Just moments away, one critic describes the story as a polished pumpkin-growing caper stuffed with perky charm and comedic talent. Get ready to grow big on the screen.
Come to the cinema, forget all about the mortgage, forget about work, forget about your homework, and just sit down and have that proper shared experience. We parents and kids both laughing together.
Welcome back to Studio 5. The time has come to share this week's #1 story in our uplifting entertainment countdown.
At #1.
Come on, John, stay with me. Wake up!
Coming through.
How bad is it? He has burns to 100% of his body.
The inspiring story of the real-life John O'Leary is in movie theaters right now. It's called Soul on Fire.
When I first came to see you, they said you had no chance. But here you are.
So, John, I know you share your story in a book. When did you know that story was a movie?
I was invited 9 years ago to share this story in a film. A woman named Linda said, John, have you ever thought about turning your book into a movie? And my answer to her was no. Never thought about it, not even once. And her response was, could I try? And I gave her permission, but I never truly expected it to become a reality.
Boy, you listen to me. You will walk again.
That wraps this week's countdown and brings us to the story perfect for the season. It's the fanciful tale of a girl who grows close to her no-nonsense aunt as they aim to grow a giant pumpkin.
This is my niece.
What?
What is it with this place and pumpkins?
Ready for the contest?
I'm going to win. My dad's entering the contest too.
Let's go back to the beginning. What was the filmmaking process like for you?
All the cast, there was no egos. Everybody just wanted to come in and have fun and have a laugh. The crew were all great fun. It was ridiculous. So we had 8 weeks. We were on a farm. We lived on a farm, lived on this farm, and this is where we'd done all our production out of. A proper old farmhouse. We had an aga and all that as well, to chuck baked potatoes in for our lunch. It was mad. From there we found the farm that we wanted to shoot in, and the art department get in and just absolutely just, because the house was an absolute, was a bit of a wreck. Nothing of that. It was there, and they just went in and just went at it. It was class.
What are some of the overall themes of this film?
It's a lot to do with family, unconventional family, about growth and nurturing. It's a fun film. It should just be filling you full of joy. There shouldn't be there's nothing negative in here. We have an eco message, but I'm really proud that we're not ramming anything down MD's throats. It's part of the world, and hopefully kids and stuff like that will have that little bit more appreciation for plants and things like that. But it's not, as I say, nothing's there to be you should be doing this more. Again, that's what's going to take my audience out of the film. So, yeah.
What was it like working with Priya Rose Brookwell, who plays the leading role of Charlie Little?
Oh, Priya's class. Honestly, she's absolutely magic.
This will sound mad, but every time I touch a plant, it's like I can feel what they're feeling.
Charlie, look at me.
She never cried. She never huffed. She was never stroppy. She was just Priya every day. She was a ball of energy. From the moment she got on his set until the moment she left.
That ain't mine, is it?
We snogged once at a school disco.
But what a snogger?
She's entering the pumpkin contest, wanted a few tips.
In this film, is there anything you've grown from as a director?
I love collaborating, and this was like such a good collaborative process. Like I love my heads of departments. You know, Jamie Lapsley, my designer, and Robert Maitland, Robert, my costume designer. George, my director of photography. Like, you know, they've got their stamps all over this film. Same as the cast. So like, growing in confidence that I think that's the right way to make films. Like, is it's probably what I've taken from it.
You got much of a team? I'm working on it.
What do you want audiences to walk away from after they've seen this film?
I just want them feeling good. I want them, I've tried to, build a great fun soundtrack with my boys. Some great tunes, and we've got a blooper reel at the end. So for people to stick behind and have a laugh and sort of feel kind of part of it. Come to the cinema, forget all about the mortgage, forget about work, forget about your homework, and just sit down and have that proper shared experience. We parents and kids both laughing together.
This one's lonely.
I'm lonely, it's got me.
I don't know whether this thing of yours is real, but you brought us together.
Grow is in theaters Friday, October 17th. Welcome back. This week's edition of Studio 5 is brought to you by music. We could not do this show without it. Transformation Worship is supplying today's soundtrack. Sample the sounds of Crazy Faith with Pastor Mike Jr. and Pastor Michael Todd, and hear why it's what's playing in my ear this week.
I went to war till I broke all of my cycles. Now the whole world screaming, Michael. People telling me I'm crazy, but see what faith did. See what faith did. See what faith is. Yeah. People telling me I'm crazy. But see what faith did. Watch how it be big and amazing. See what faith did. I told you that I got it, now I got it. See what faith is. As long as I got God, y'all can't stop me, man. Whole world calling me crazy.
On that musical note, our time together is winding down this week. We want to give you a few reasons to return and join us next week. We'll be counting down the 5 exciting headlines in the world of uplifting entertainment and we'll have this. A larger-than-life theatrical event is making the rounds with a nationwide tour.
Let's talk about the Thorn in terms of the size and scope of it all. So this is a traveling tour right now. How big is this production?
Yes, so the tour is 52 cast and crew, and the cast comes from all over the world.
And John Boland brings this world to Studio 5.
Please join us for that and much more next week. We've got time right now for just one more thing. Let's give the final word to the guests who help us to jumpstart this week's show. Country music great Whey Jennings has the final word.
Why do we love country music so much?
I think it's because it's authentic. You know what I mean? I think it's because it's relatable. You know what I mean? It's like you can very easily understand the lyrics. You can understand the melody. It's and a lot of people sit on their front porch and just play it. You know what I mean? Anybody who knows how to play a guitar, even just a little bit, can play country music a little bit. You know, it's 3 chords and the truth. You know, I've never been a guitar player myself because I never planned on doing music for a living. But I'm a singer-songwriter. But I like the authenticness of it. I like the structure of it and the way that you can relay a message of any sort in country music.
If you could go back in time and speak to that little boy, Whey, in light of all that you've experienced and endured and overcome this far in life, what would you tell him?
I don't think I'd tell him anything, honestly, because, you know, it was a long, hard path and a lot of mistakes I made along the way. But the man I am today, I'm very proud of. And I don't believe I'd be him if it wasn't for the young Whey that was back then, you know? So I think I'd just leave that one alone.
Whey Jennings, thank you. That is a great final word for this week's edition of Studio 5 and for this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then please come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching.